Let's turn our attention now to hockey and the Bridgewaters Men's Hockey Cup semi-final, first of all. And Ramsey A1, Vikings A5. Sam Spooner, good evening.
Good evening, Tim. This game I thought was going to go Vikings A's way, but I thought Ramsey might put up a bit more of a fight. Like I said, they've shown flashes of brilliance this season. Patrick Cooper-Woods got on the score sheet for Ramsey A. That being said, Tom Evans again making a big difference for Vikings A, scoring 2. Danny Hamill, Tim Henderson and Steve Crow finished off the scoring there for Vikings A. So Vikings A into the Cup final.
They are indeed, and they've got a bit of a wait, haven't they? Because Castletown, I'm right, are in the semi-finals. We're waiting to see who wins through in the quarter-final between Valkyries A and Bacchus A.
Yeah, that quarter-final was actually supposed to be played today.
That's what I thought, yeah.
But unfortunately, Bacchus being away last weekend, they haven't been able to organise anything quite so quickly this weekend. There seems to be a bit of to-ing and fro-ing on when they want the game to be played. It was due to be played on the 18th, and then this morning that date was rescinded. Games have been moved to try and get this fixture in place because we
don't the MHA tell people when to play?
When the teams have been playing across, like Bacchus have, that's kind of treated as a priority because it is a massive thing for Manx hockey. And as Bacchus have shown,
I'm not saying they should play well, they've got a fixture across, but don't the Manx Hockey Association set a day and say, well, that's the day you're playing?
I think they should, but in this instance, because Valkyries have been gracious enough to move it once, Valkyries wanted it moved again, and I think there's been a bit of a grace given in this instance. So I'm not sure how much more grace will be given.
Probably not a lot.
No, I can't imagine so.
Moved it once. Let's move to the Bridgewaters Women's Hockey Cup semi-finals, and a big win for Vikings A, 11-0 against Castletown A.
Yeah, big shout out to Castletown A though from the Vikings A captain Kim Carney. She said the Castletown A did really, really well, especially in that first half. They dug deep, they carried on. They didn't. I don't think that Castletown A really threatened the Vikings A goal, but Georgia Foxton with a hat-trick, Kim Carney, Denny Coombs and Katie Eric all with 2, and Sarah Blackman and Zoe Crow finishing off the scoring there. Vikings A into yet another final.
Expected, though, that result, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And a good game, it sounds like, between Bacchus A and Ramsey A, but Bacchus win it 6-3 with a couple of young hat-trick scorers.
Yeah, both Freya Duchars and Sophie Hudson, 2 very, very good young players at Bacchus A, both scoring hat-tricks there. I said this Ramsey A's on the form guide, Ramsey A should probably sneak this one, but given their due back as they have turned up today and had an absolute stormer of a game, and it's not even their full strength outside that was out today. They were missing 1 or 2 players. Safe to say, though, they'll be having their strongest 16 out for the final.
I'm sure they will. Let's move to the men's hockey plate semi-finals. An astonishing scoreline of Saracens A 22, Harlequins B 0.
It's been a long, long time since I've seen a scoreline like this. I mean, this is a rugby scoreline. Harlequins B are always going to be up against it today, but playing a team above them in the leagues. But Saracens A, every outfield player, apart from John Halligan, scored today. So we'll work our way through them. I'll take a big, deep breath. Liam Farrar got 1. Steve Jackson with 5. Andrew Winstanley with 2. George Powell with 2. Will Bryson with 1. Tom Dalton Brown with 4. Finbar Sampson with 3. Michael Pardo with 1. Toby Lace with 2. And Alex with 1 as well.
Quite a scoreline that is. Only 3-0 the other game, but Vikings C are through against Valkyries B.
Yes, I thought Vikings C might come away with this one, but I don't think the scoreline really tells the whole story. Valkyries B were probably in that game for large parts of it, and Vikings C, Ken Carney, he doesn't matter what sort of game he's in. He's been playing Premier League hockey all season for Vikings B. Scored 2 today. Ian Perry with what I've been told was an absolute worldie of a finish today to round us off the score.
Bit like your try, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Bridgewaters Women's Hockey Plate semi-finals. Harlequins B 2, Castletown B 5.
Yeah, I thought Castletown B might sneak this one, but Harlequins B were able to beat them last time around, but they just weren't able to call on the pool of players they could have for a league game. For Harlequins B, Krista Quilliam and Grace Elliott scored. For Castletown, Glesney Corney with 4. She's been on fine goal scoring form this season, and Danielle Oates as well.
And it was Saracens 2, Valkyries B 1.
Saracens A, these past 2 or 3 games have been absolutely fantastic. They had a bit of an indifferent season in the league. They managed to sneak a top 4 finish ahead of Ramsey B, and they deserved it, but then they've gone and beaten the league leaders who are undefeated 1-0. They've got some real guts in that side. And Saracens A's goal scorers were Sophie Howland and Leonie Crowther, and Valkai's B was Alison Caroon. So a bit of an upset there.
And in the leagues, just having a quick look at that, we're pretty much done and dusted, aren't we, with titles? I think Women's Division 1 still to go, is it? It's not quite there.
2 titles yet to be decided. The Men's Premier League, although on paper it looks like it's decided, there is an appeal from the points that were taken away from Vikings A at the minute, so I don't want to tempt fate in that instance.
And what was that in relation to?
Fielding 2 ineligible players in the last league game. It was a rearranged fixture, and 2 players were on the island that were transferred from their clubs in the UK, so they were classed as fielding ineligible players. But there is an appeal in place, so...
Fair enough. Because I did think, I hadn't heard that Backers had been crowned champions, and then I looked at the league table and thought, well, they are, aren't they?
They are on paper, yes, but I don't want to be crowning them champions, and I don't want to be make any decisions for anybody.
I just wanted that one in my own mind cleared up. Sam, well done on the try today, and many congratulations with that, and thanks very much for filling us in with all of the hockey today.